Merchant Token is creating a decentralized platform that provides consumer protection for crypto payments on the blockchain and to the POS terminals that will be part of our ecosystem. Development has continued on the different components in the ecosystem as stated on the white paper. And as the technology evolves, we are exploring the possibility to expand the scope of the project even further. As per the last project update, our developers have kept working on the main components of the ecosystem. These are the protocol. This is where the magic happens. And it's what will allow consumer protection on the MTO's decentralized ecosystem. Then there is the blockchain. This is the backbone of the ecosystem and will allow every component to work together. And all the transactions will be processed through it. And finally, we have the wallet. This is basically the interface that will allow consumers and merchants to make transactions when using our ecosystem and allow them to purchase consumer protection. With this in mind, we feel the need to expand certain components of the ecosystem. Therefore, we are also working on the following. Number one, a secondary wallet, and number two, the possibility to integrate AI into our ecosystem. Let's jump right into it. The secondary wallet. One crypto wallet, which is the one we have shown you before, is to be used by consumers and operates as any normal crypto wallet like MetaMask or Trust Wallet, while providing an easy way for users to transact online and also purchase consumer protection. It is also important to note that it can still be used for both merchants and consumers. The secondary wallet instead is designed to cater for the specific needs of the merchants, and it will actually be installed on the POS machines. As our project will be used in many different regions and countries, we have to put an effort to be legally compliant in the countries where the technology will be deployed. And our POS systems will be able to get configuration updates depending on the country they operate in. These configuration file updates will allow us to install tailor-made software onto the appropriate POS machines in the different regions. However, this is not a simple task to achieve. As different countries have different laws, this gives us the ability to comply with certain regulations with this update method and allow us to modify them as conditions change and as the technology improves. With hindsight of the legal framework, we are looking at supporting more cryptocurrencies, including CBDCs, on the network since merchants have to declare income and pay taxes. And some countries will most probably make this a requirement for transactions. In as much as CBDCs are centralized, we intend to enable them to operate on the MTO's decentralized platform, which is why we're doing more research into this. The project will still remain a decentralized solution to payment processing while providing consumer protection, regardless of the crypto used, and we believe if we are compliant with the laws, the adoption process will be much simpler and easier. And most importantly, will make our solution more attractive to merchants and governments alike. Now, let's move on to the possible AI integration into our ecosystem. I really want to emphasize that currently this is just an idea. We are simply researching the possibility of integration. First of all, to understand if this is even possible, and most importantly, if it will indeed be beneficial for the ecosystem. With this in mind, we are exploring the possibility of using AI for handling the consumer dispute processes. Incorporating artificial intelligence into the project will simplify certain steps. Despite not being an AI-based company, we see the huge potential that AI technology can bring on the table. Our current idea is to simplify the dispute process. For example, instead of having an algorithm to handle the automatic dispute management process, or ADM, it could be an AI bot that reviews the disputes and suggestion resolutions, and can even do the preliminary investigation for the community dispute management, or CDM, and send the recommendations to an agent for final review. This should make the process faster and more efficient, since it operates at all hours of the day and reduces the number of agents required in the investigation process. We hope that such integration will lead to reduction in fees, which translates into savings for both customers and merchants, and therefore more adoption. As we have had many questions from the community regarding this, I also want to talk a bit more about the blockchain. I can now confirm that we will be using proof of stake as a consensus mechanism, and that this will require validators and nodes. We are still considering how all these will be implemented, but one possibility is that the validators might be the POS terminals themselves, and that the token holders will be the ones running the nodes. We are, however, still doing more research into this implementation. Something worth clarifying as well is that, as noted in the white paper, the community will be involved, and that the ultimate goal for the project is a DAO, or decentralized autonomous organization, where the community can decide on implementation and changes. This means that once the project is completed and the technology released, if a better idea is fronted, the community can then vote, and these changes will be effected into the project. Our goal is to attract merchants and consumers to the ecosystem, which is why our focus has been heavily on development instead of hype. We believe that once we have a functioning prototype or a nearly finished technology that has been tested, we will be able to get the attention of big entities, merchants, and even governments, and that new token holders will be attracted to the project once the utility is clearly visible.